Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're trying to look past the monumental scores of Johann Sebastian Bach. We want to understand the man, the sheer will that made him the ultimate master of counterpoint.
And that's so important because this wasn't just some, accidental genius.
Right.
Bach was part of a deep lineage, a musical dynasty, really. We're talking over 50 professional musicians,
Thuringia.
over 7 generations. So his ambition, it was built directly on top of this incredible foundation.
And he needed that ambition, especially early on. He was born in 1685, the youngest of 8, learning the violin and organ basics from family. But then, well, everything changed.
It did. He was an orphan by the time he was 10. He ends up living with his older brother, Johann Christoph.
Who had this collection of advanced keyboard scores.
Exactly. Scores by masters like Freiberger and Curl. And he guarded them. The story goes that the young Bach would sneak down at night to copy them by moonlight.
Just an incredible hunger for knowledge, even then.
It's almost painful to imagine. And that hunger, that dedication, it just gets more and more intense.
You're talking about the walk.
I am. In 1705, he gets a few weeks' leave from his job in Arnstadt. But instead of resting, he walks.
How far are we talking?
About 400 kilometers to Lübeck.
Wow.
All to hear the legendary organist Dietrich Buxtehude play. And he doesn't just stay for the concert. He stays for over 3 months, just soaking it all in.
And that becomes his whole method, right? This ability to just absorb and then refine.
Perfectly put. His genius wasn't inventing a new style from scratch. It was synthesis.
So he's pulling from different traditions.
All of them. He takes the deep German counterpoint, then he layers on the Italian concerto style. He learned that from arranging Vivaldi, and then adds the elegant flair of the French court. He fused it all.
You can really see that method at work in his career. Like in Cothen from 1717. The court was Calvinist, so he didn't need to write all this elaborate church music.
So he just pivots. He focuses entirely on instrumental work. That's where we get the Brandenburg concertos, the solo violin sonatas.
And the beginnings of the well-tempered clavier.
Which he started as a teaching book for his son. The man's output was just relentless.
And that pace only picked up when he went to Leipzig.
Oh, Leipzig was the peak. As Thomaskantor, he was basically the city's music director. He had to compose and direct music for 4 major churches every single week.
The workload sounds impossible.
In his first few years there, he wrote about 250 cantatas, 5 full cycles. It's staggering.
That discipline made him a legend. I'm thinking of that story about the duel with Louis Marchand.
Yes, the French virtuoso. In 1717, they were scheduled for this big musical showdown in Dresden, and Marchand reportedly heard Bach warming up, packed his bags, and fled the city that very morning. He didn't even want to face him.
He just knew.
It speaks to the awe he commanded. It reminds me of what the old organist Rankin said after hearing Bach improvise. He said, "I thought this art had died out, but now I see it living in you."
So if you're listening, what's the lesson here? It's that unparalleled rigor. His success wasn't about waiting for some flash of inspiration.
No, it was about relentless absorption and refinement, mastering everything that came before.
Beethoven got it. That's why he made that famous pun that Bach shouldn't be called Bach, which means brook.
He should be called Mir, sea, because of the overwhelming depth of his art.
And it all came from this deep sense of purpose. He would sign his sacred works, SDG, Soli Deo Gloria.
To God alone be the glory. Which makes his final work, The Art of Fugue, so powerful. It's his most complex, most systematic piece, and it's unfinished.
He left it incomplete.
Exactly. And his work shows that this pursuit of total understanding, of perfection, even if you don't quite reach the end, can leave this indelible mark on history. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Does the very fact that it's unfinished add to its legendary status?